Put your hands together for yourselves. Give yourselves a round of applause. Now, the first topic we'll be discussing about is the evils of drug abuse. That's an important topic. It is a sensitive topic, and it is a topic that we cannot shy away from. Drug abuse is the excessive consumption or the excessive use of drugs that are not medicated or drugs that are not prescribed. And unfortunately, in the world that we are in today, in the society that we live in today, a lot of people are indulging in these harmful habits. And sadly, a lot of teenagers are already getting themselves involved too, and they are digging a hole for themselves. Drug abuse is the excessive and addictive use of drugs for non-medical purposes. Our focus in today's discussion is on illegal drugs. A lot of teenage people, a lot of young people using drugs that are harmful, using drugs that are not healthy for them. And at the long run, it will damage them and get them into what they don't plan for themselves. In the society that we live in today, there are three major reasons. There are multiple reasons, but there are three major reasons why people use drugs. The first is to feel good. Some people just want to feel good. That's why someone can go to a beer parlor and start drinking, guzzling down bottles of beer, or taking all kinds of drugs just to feel good. Maybe they're not happy with themselves. Second reason why people take drugs is to ease problems or to ease pressures. Some people do that. The pressures are too much. They just want something that will slow down their nervous system. And the third reason why people use drugs is to avoid reality. And that is rampant. They're not having it good. They are going through problems. They think that having a drug or guzzling some bottles of beer will help them avoid reality. But the truth is that whatever you take, whatever drug you take, whatever alcohol you take, whatever you ingest, either by swallowing or by injection or whatever, by the time the effect wears out, your reality is standing right there in front of you. I have a problem, for example, and I think that the best way I can escape it is maybe I should go and drink alcohol or I should go and start doing some drugs. By the time the effects of that alcohol or the drugs wear out, has my problem been solved? No. The problem is still there. So I will go back again to go and have that feel-good effect to escape, to try and escape the problem. It will last for a while. It wears off again. The reality is still there. So the best thing you should do is that you should not get engaged in all these things at all to help yourself, to help your future. And drugs will do a lot of damage to you, to young people, to elderly people. Drugs does more harm than good. It does a lot of damage. It doesn't help with your judgment. If you can't think properly, your judgment, your reasoning ability has been tampered with. What is the joy in that? The third thing is that it affects your memory. Some people just go blank. That's one of the effects of drugs. What happened yesterday, they can't remember. What happened 5 minutes ago, they can't remember. Because they are living in the moment. So what kind of life is that? Another thing is that there will be a loss of coordination. When you see people who take drugs, who take alcohol, they are not properly coordinated. Whether in the way they speak, you will see that they have slurred speech. I'm speaking now, you can hear me. I spoke to some of you when we started this program, I could hear you. But someone who is on drugs will not have a straightforward, audible speech. By the time the effect of the drugs is telling on the person won't be able to talk clearly. Slurred speech. The person won't be able to talk properly. You won't be able to hear what the person is saying. Another reason why you should not take drugs is that it causes depression. Then the final thing I will talk about why you should not take drugs is that it affects your mental health. That's one thing a lot of people need to know. There's no joy, it's not a sign of a big boy or a big girl to say you're involved in drugs. It affects the mental health because it tampers with the brain, the balance of the hormones in the brain and all sorts. So you should not in any way be involved in it.
Evils of drug abuse. A lot of teenagers are involved in this because of peer pressure. Please tell us again how we can say no.
To say no is just to say no. And be affirmative with your no. Because if you are saying no and you are not really like committed to your no, or you are saying no and you are not putting your foot down on it, If the person pressures you a bit more, you will definitely still fall into the trap.